Hello, welcome back. Last time I did back reference reifier, which was fun and easy, then dynamic pattern detector, which would have been fun and easy if I hadn't created a problem for myself that I then had to solve. It was fun anyway, but I made it harder than it needed to be. Sequence gap interpolator. Let's take a look at this. Sequences are zero terminated, read a sequence from in, sequence values are consecutive but unordered, and are missing one value. Write the missing value to out. Oh dear. Well, okay, I see that there's a complicated way to do this and a simple way. This'll be fine. I think I can do this the simple way. I'm really extremely constrained on nodes though. Like, dude, why would you do this? Last time this was done was in another, like, super nasty, very constrained puzzle. Which one was it? So is it sequence mode calculator? Yeah, okay, so I just lose an entire column. I'm worried about this. Because while I feel like I can come up with a real simple way to do this that doesn't need to even use these, this seems to be a theme. I see a stack memory node and I just don't use it. Yeah, and look at the adjacency. Like, there's no, I can't, like, do a whole circle of nodes, well, unless I go through the stack memory node, which might be possible. Anyway. What do you mean we're entangled? By using the TIS-100s, we may be becoming part of the universe they came from. Funny. It isn't funny at all. It sounds like not only is our world in danger, we may be partially caught up in some kind of liminal space between worlds as well. Funny. All right. Somebody finds that funny. Okay, so, wait, no, I thought I had an idea, but... Okay, so... No, I need to figure out which one is missing and... Oh, okay. So I've done sorting. I don't particularly wish to repeat that, especially not in this tiny little space. But they're unordered. Okay. Well, alright. So what I really need to do is to be sure I conceptualize exactly how I'm going to do this before I start implementing it. Because that will, if I'm hazy on the concept, typing anything in here will not get me anywhere. So... always missing exactly one value in the middle. So I can, things that I can do, I can very obviously get a minimum and a maximum. So, sure, but how does that help me figure out which one is missing? Well, now hang on. What if... Okay, a thing is coming to my mind. I could do... Oh, so I could pull out, like... Let's say I pull out the maximum. Then examine all the other values I have. And try to find the one that is one less. If I find it, I restart that process. If I don't find it, then I know that's the missing value and I send it to out. I could do the same thing starting from the minimum and going up, but that doesn't really make a difference which of those I do. Okay, so that sounds reasonable. Yes. Okay, so that would mean, so values come in, go to a stack memory node. In the process of that, perhaps you make note of the highest one you see. Then I pull them out. When I find, let's see, so subtract 1 from the maximum. Search for that value as they pass through here. If I empty this without finding it, then I send that downward. If not, I stick this back in here, subtract one more, and repeat until that happens. Okay, sounds reasonable. Okay, so who's going to have to... 0 will be my marker. Okay, so this is all wrong. Something like that. Probably going to have to compact that label. That's fine. So I should... Okay, so you need to initialize that with a marker, which is fine. Write down, move back left. So how are you going to calculate the maximum? Somebody else is going to have to do it because you can't operate on both a remembered value and a new value coming in without just consuming that value. Well, let's do this. You'll be a repeater while you put that in there, sure. So you'll search for the maximum. You might need to repeat again. Sure, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. There are lots of problems here already, but let's keep going and see how far I get. So start search would mean swap. Hey, look, it fits. I mean, obviously, instead of that, you need to be one of those. So hang on, what do I do if it's not a new max? I just jump to loop, probably. Okay, so in your loop, you're going to... All right, new max becomes nm, so it'll fit. All right, so you read a value. If it's 0, you're ready to start your search. Otherwise, you're going to stick it left, which is going to repeat it twice over here. So you swap, you sub the left. So then you'd need to do one of those for the second repetition. Go back to loop until you hit a 0. Accurate. Not quite. You've been destructive with this. So to be non-destructive, you do that. So you just pull the value out of back, then stick it back in. Subtract the value you just read from it. If you end up with less than 0, then that means the one you just read was greater, so you want to save that in here. Yeah, with a save. Problem is I need another jump here because you don't want to go to start search now. So I'm out of instructions. All right, so I need to save one somehow. Could I keep my working value in the front buffer instead of the back one? No, I don't think so. There's no reason I need... Well, no, there is a reason I would need... So I guess I would do this. Sure. That sounds fine. So then you can be the control flow for this. And by the way, right, the place I needed to insert that was here. Okay, we'll write ACK. Let's just call that end. Just end, jump loop. Oh, right, you needed this anyway, so as not to insert a bunch of extra zeros down here. So if you're doing that, right, so jammer left. You'll do this if you're not ending. If you are ending, then you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure, no room to say what label that is. That's fine. And then you'll fall through to there. Sounds okay. And I do have the sub 1 in here. All right. How will you know when to start your work? You won't. Great. Yeah, so I'm having you do too much already, huh? All right, well, I can offload maybe some of your work to this node, which otherwise would go unused, I think. Let's not yet, though. Something feels... Something feels funny about this, but I guess it's fine. Move up left, gyro left, swap save, sub left. I'm not sure. Okay, so so hang on. What's wrong with my program right now? You're doing nothing, obviously. Right, the problem is you don't know when to start your work. That's why I'm having trouble starting to write you. Because you need a start signal, which would be in here. If you land on start search... then the current value of ACK feels like no, current value of ACK might be you've subtracted, but you didn't. No, wait. Here's what I can do. No, I thought I had an idea, but I don't. I'm trying to figure out if I can, like, keep ACK by default. When I do this jrow, have ACK already be the same value as back, which might be possible. If I sub left... glz nm, move left nil, jump loop. No, I can do that. No, I can't. So move left, ACK. Can I put the save? Okay, so if save were to happen... The only times you're jumping to loop are from here, here, and the end of this where it doesn't... Oh, it does matter there. Well, but you're not even jumping there. You're doing a jrow. Okay. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to save an instruction here so I can send a signal down there and start search, I think. Something like that. So let's think about this. If I were to save before I sub, then I want to unconditionally restore I'm thinking something like that. So if you're unconditionally restoring, so yeah, your front buffer will always be the current maximum value. Right before you do a destructive operation, you swap it over there, or you save it over here, do the operation, and right, then this swap will happen on loop, so I can get rid of that. And I think I can get rid of this one too, so I've saved 2 instructions doing this, maybe? Let's call this end. And it doesn't even have right. That's not even one that I jumped to. Did I do this right? Let's think about this. So first time, this obviously does nothing. Hey, you know what I could do? Let's save that one instruction. Look, I did it. So move up left, J-row left. I'm wondering about reinitializing. Maybe that's where the one extra instruction is going to have to go here. Is swap correct? Yes, so you want to bring back here to front. Okay, so hang on. So you start with all zeros, of course. This one tells you to go forward one instruction when it's not a 0. You'll save the 0, sure, that's a waste, but whatever. Then you want to subtract your left value, which is being repeated here. So you've destroyed the value in this buffer, but it's been saved there. So if it's less than 0, then I have a new maximum. I put it into the front buffer, and I go here, which sticks it in the back buffer. So I don't want you to do that in that case. So if you don't, then you discard that and jump here, which means you bring the back buffer back here. Okay. I think that works. Yeah, so even though you did something destructive here, you're reconstructing it with this. Otherwise, you want to reconstruct it with... Oh, this is just confusing. It's fine, though. It works. Okay, so anyway, I've saved some instruction space, which means... But wait. I didn't even need to do that, because you already are waiting for a signal. Okay. Okay. Well, I saved some instructions, so in case I need more space here, then I have it. And even if I don't, then my instruction count statistic is better. Great. Okay, so you received a search value. Yeah, okay, so this is nice and simple. And in fact, you can skip the top search value. You want to do this. So you can skip the top search value, because you know that will never be the one you want to match, or you want the one you want to not match. Okay, this actually can be very simple, maybe. So here's your search value. You're going to have to do some clever stuff for... That's fine. You can do something very similar to what you do, I think. So I save the fragile one there because I'm about to... No, that's fine. So right, save the fragile value. Move left, ACK, move ACK, right. Oh, shoot, so many things. somebody's going to have to initialize this to 0. By default it'll be you, but I suspect you'll be running out of instructions for that and I'll have to move this elsewhere, which is fine. I can probably do that. Hold on, why would I need to initialize that with 0? So that I know what its bottom is? Yeah, I do need to know that. Okay. So move up ACK. Save that fragile value here. Because you really do need to read this value before you start messing with this. I can't start messing with this and then do the sub up to check it. It has to be in this order because this is important as a weight. I was thinking I could see a way to make that more efficient, but no. If you don't have room to move this back into here, these 3 could do it, potentially. Anyway, I'd like to avoid that if I can, of course. So you pull a value. Then you need to, don't you actually need, I mean, you have room to repeat this. Okay, I'll think about it. Anyway, I'm not sending anything back for this JRoad just yet. Hold on, you need to wait for this. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're definitely going to fill up your instruction space. Left just being to go here and loop back around. That's fine. So do I need to repeat this value? In which case the first one's just a marker to say, hey, you can start your work now. Oh, well, you know what I can do? You can tell you to repeat the value just by moving -1 up there. Cool. Okay, so move up ACK. I have no reason to even save that in ACK. I can actually just do this. And this is fine because I don't need to add another instruction here. I can just move -1 up there to have it repeated. Sure. Move left ACK. Move ACK right. Sub up. Before you do that, you need to do that. So you'll receive the maximum value. If you match, that's great. If you don't, I also need another jez here. So there's the end and there's the match. Hold on, why am I saving this? I don't need to do that at all. Okay. So this is your main loop. You read a value. If it's 0, then you do something. If it's not, you move it in here. Then you ask for this value, you subtract that one, compare the two. If they match, ooh, I'm not looking for a match, I'm looking for a no match, a never match, a get to the end without ever having gotten a match. So that's tricky. Oh shoot, and don't I also need to know? No. This is actually fine. I don't need to put an explicit terminator in here, because as soon as you find a non-match, which is going to be hard to express, but if I can express it, as soon as you find that, then you know you're done, and I don't have to do the work of emptying this out until I reach the minimum. I don't need to know what the minimum value is. I don't even care. I just need the first non-matching from either end. I happen to pick starting at the top counting down. I could have picked starting at the bottom counting up and be the same thing. Okay. So problem is, like, so you need to set a flag when this happens, and I guess you'll keep track of that because you're already out of registers. Okay, that's fine. I can totally do that. I can change your state when you get a match. So you need some JRO business here, of course. I'm definitely going to be jumping back there, I'm sure. So if this is the end, let's think about that. That means end of this list. Wait, what does search even mean? Is this loop? Where do you jump after you've emptied this back in here? You would want to go... Yeah, once that's emptied back in there, you really want to... No, hang on. So, and... So what, you're reinitializing that, really? Right, action, search, back, left, You are very much out of instruction space, by the way. Let's see how far I can go. Yeah, I don't even have match expressed here. Or search. What's search? Move 0 left, move right ACK, move ACK left. No, Jez is... See, the awkward thing is once you've emptied this... Oh, well, no, I can do this. This is fine. S for search. I'm out of space, but how is the thing that I've expressed here? Is this what I want to say? I wait. I initialize this. I pull a value. I move that value in here. I ask for that. Right, I certainly need to move an instruction up to tell you to resume when I've found my match. Yeah, okay, so there's a bunch of instructions I still need here for match. So basically there's no way this is going to fit into this node with the architecture I've chosen. I think at the very least refilling is going to have to take place across these three so I can save the space here. Probably, that's my guess. But again, let's go through this logic. So move left ACK, move ACK right, move -1 up, sub up. So do a compare. If you find a match, do something. If you don't find a match, then keep doing this until you hit the end. If you hit the end... Ooh. When I hit a match, actually, could I like... So yeah, it's when I hit the end without finding a match. This is the point at which I know what the value is. So at this point, I can just abort everything I'm doing, empty these out, reinitialize them, tell this to repeat its value one more time. And send it down here, right? Yeah, because if I get to the end of this without finding a match, yeah, that's how I detect a non-match. So, but if it matches, then I just need to abort everything. Okay, yeah, so new plan. New plan is... Yeah, so I don't refill the from here to here when I hit the end. I only want to do it on match, and it's going to do it with a partial thingy. All right, so instructions I think I can take out of this node include this, some of these, but hang on, I haven't finished going through this yet. All right, but I did come to an important conclusion. So you're going to do that. I'm thinking you'll probably be doing something like this. You'll wait for instruction from that, which will be passed to you from here. Then you guys will ferry the values back in the case where I have a match. Okay, so I think I can just delete everything from here. For now, yes. Let's assume you will do this job. So that just becomes loop, move left ACK. So you will only pull values from here to here. U3 will move them back as necessary. So you're going to move that to the right. You've already initialized it. You ask this for its current value, subtract it. This is already subtracted 1. When you get a match. Hang on, but there is also an end. This is not a wait. I mean, it is, but you know. So you need to instruct this for what to do. I'm going to assume you'll do that. Well, this is refill. On end. No, wait, this is end. Okay, so again, on end, you do. Well, yeah, this is where I move things on to do stuff down here. Can I do a J-row up, or do you have enough space to instruct you in what to do? I might want that. So an end, you'd move -1, you move 1 down, and then you also need to tell this something. So the J-row is here. I would want you to just say 1, right? Move 1 left. You're J-rowing. Yeah, so that'll reset that. Then swap and restart your business. Okay. So right, match means abort this attempt, move everything from here back in here, and then restart what you were doing. End means you want to jump back there, so end probably goes at the end. Makes sense. Jump, so match. I'm having so much trouble thinking about what I do here. Well, yeah, here you just want to move. 2 is going to be wrong, obviously. I think I want to do something like that. So this is my instruction to you to empty these, and then this is my waiting for you to tell me, yeah, right, so I can simultaneously wait and do a jump here. So that's nice. Good old J-row. Best instruction. I've heard there's a hidden instruction in this instruction set that's not documented. I haven't found it. I don't know what it is or how it would help, but I hear it exists. Anyway, this might be done, surprisingly, other than changing this value to something better. Okay. So you're going to J-row up. If you get a 1, this is not quite done. I still need to... If you're doing that, then you write the output. There we go. That looks about right. Okay. So then... this turns into a 3. So the 3 takes you here, which will mean you're doing a J-row left. So you're going to say, I'm wondering if you want to move a -1 to the right on end. I'm not sure, though. I'll find out momentarily. So when this happens, you'll just pull out a value and go through. Yeah, you really want to wait every single time. Because you actually need the smarts to detect the 0. Because 0 detection needs to communicate back up here. Right? Possibly. Is it a problem that you move the 0 in? Shouldn't you be doing that? Or maybe you? Starting to wonder about this. No, this is fine? Oh. Yeah, so hang on. No, on end, on end, what's the state of the stacks going to be? On end, this stack is completely empty. Yeah, how does the 0 get reinserted into here? It doesn't at the moment. Right, in the case of end, I want the stacks to empty and you to reinitialize this. In the case of match, yeah, so this 0 is never coming out of here because you are not going to fully empty this stack unless you have a non-match and I'm hitting the end, in which case I don't care about... Well, yeah, in which case you'll have this fully emptied. Okay, so I need to empty this and just discard all the values if I am at end. Or no, if I'm at... this is so confusing. I'll worry about that later. So move up, down, jump, wait. Just so I have a known J-row offset here. There are more instructions here probably. So move 1 right. You're going to pull a value out right. So I have a partially filled stack here with a 0 at its bottom, a partially emptied stack here with a 0 at its bottom that I don't care about. I just want to move all the values here prior to the 0 over to there, stick a new 0 in, then signal to this that you're ready to do another iteration. Okay? Sounds sensible. So you're the one who initializes the 0. You JRow left. You move up left. Jump to 8. Okay, so move 1 right. Move right ACK. Jez empty. Looks reasonable. Okay, so when this stack is empty, I'll assume you can finish with what you're doing before you start resuming. Maybe I shouldn't assume that. Should be fine though. So yeah, here's your JRow that you're waiting on, right? On match? Yeah, this is all happening on match. Yeah, so keep in mind, loop equals match here. So you're going to let me call this done instead of empty. I might end up confusing done and end, but it's fine. Empty is going to have a different meaning, I think. So done means you've read all the values there. You need to move a -1 to the right so it reinitializes that 0. Giving this more time to... Pretty sure that's your only job. Yeah, giving that more time to finish that, which it won't need much. Need basically none. So you move -1. Okay, well, if you don't need time, then let's not waste time. You will need to reinitialize that, but that's not important for a little while. So you need to communicate to this to do what? Probably go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sounds plausible. Then you move -1 right, and then you JRow up, right? Yeah, let's see what it does. It read some values. Oh, this is doing a JRow down, but you moved ACK down. Why did you... How did you land here without doing this? Did you? Do you have another JRow to the left? You do. Is your offset wrong? Probably. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you're supposed to be 9. Wait, no, you're supposed to be 7? 1. What is this? This is end. You're supposed to go to end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I had that weird feeling that I had miscounted. Whoa, it's doing a lot of stuff. It wrote a 77 and then deadlocked. Okay, so the deadlock is pretty unsurprising. The 77 is off by 1. So it did write a thing. I'm watching the state of this. Okay, so I'm never telling you to sub 1 from this, am I? Well, I must be, because you're finding a match eventually. You're getting to the end. When do I tell you to do that? I don't move a -2 up here. All right, so you get to initialize, you get to end, you subbed 1, so there's 77. Move up nil, sure. JRow down, sure. So 75. Back right. Move -1 up. So read that value. I think this is supposed to be a -2. Or something. So you're comparing 77 and 75. Sure, that's completely reasonable. That's the correct thing to do now. You're comparing 74 and 77. Great. Comparing 77 and 77. What I'm wondering is why you terminate if you're always comparing 77. Shouldn't you keep going forever? Never actually write anything to output? So anyway, that's a match. So I say, you gotta refill this. So you're gonna go there, pull out the 77, put it here. It's not a 0, so you move it left, and it goes back in there. Great. So 74 comes out, goes there. Sounds good. Here's a 75. Sounds good. So here's a 0. You're done. You get a -8, which puts you there. Okay? Nothing is waiting there. So you pull out the 75. It's not a 0, so you put it in here, and then compare it to 77. So I think the problem I see here at no point are you doing the actual sub 1 from this. How will I do that? I have an idea. But, okay, so what's my opportunity down here? Wait, so you went to match. On match, you moved 3 down, then did a J row down. So a thing you definitely need... Okay, so my idea here is that I want to do that. No, but then I don't have a non-destructive read. Okay, so this -1 needs to be a -2 the first... Okay, so... oh boy. Oh boy. How do I change this -1 to a -2 when you've just come back from a match? I mean, I could probably... What is in when you get... Okay. So this is a super gross hack, but it's totally going to work. Watch this. So I do that. Then the J row here... Ew, this is awful. So since I know that when I get to match, my register value will necessarily be 0, because this is a JES, I can safely subtract a non-zero value and get a non-zero value so that this won't happen again, so it'll jump back to loop. So that's how I can get away with this. I'm going to have this J row make you land on sub up, so that you discard this value because this is the only effect I really want. Then you're going to do a bogus comparison, not get a 0, so it'll be fine. You'll jump to loop, and then re-enter this. Ooh, what a hack! I like it. It's terrible, but I like it. So my instruction offsets need to change. So you have a -8, which needs to change to a -9, because I inserted an instruction, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, hold on. This is in the wrong place? Uh-oh. Do I not have instruction space for this? Move 3 down, move -2. No, this is right. Okay, so move -2 up. Then J row down. The only thing you ever move back up is this -9. But right, that's what I was saying. I wanted to change that to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What a hack, but I love it. Let's see if it works. 76. You emptied that. Something went wrong. You output something correctly. No, it's good. It works. I just have this deadlock that I haven't resolved. These are both listening to each other. Somebody wants to J-row and... okay, so when do you land here? When you're done with that, then you will... Loop is just swap, and then... So when you J-row down, so moving 1 up is what proceeds from this, but you move 1 left. Is 1 wrong? Do I need to actually have this be a real instruction? So let's see what this does. I actually don't know what happens if I give you a J-row offset that doesn't point to an instruction. I assumed this would move you here. I was wrong. Oh, okay, it just goes to the end. All right, that's perhaps my only problem. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How's that? Does it reset everything? I'll bet I have some reset problems around like the zeros in here and stuff. Yeah, definitely. This never... Right, yeah, because I had one more step I needed to do where I empty this stack. However, it's working. So it's got a memory leak, that's all. Okay, so this is going to end when I fill up the stack space, so the next number won't actually make it. Oh, well, of course you had a flaw because you had stale numbers in there. Yes, because these have overlapping ranges. Okay, so anyway, fix your memory leak. On end, which is this, you need to tell this to do a different task. And this can just quickly empty that and not worry about it, right? If I need to wait for you, I can. I wonder if there's a maximum length of these sequences. I don't see anything longer than 4. Let's see if I can just get away with this. With no signaling, just let you race to empty this stack before you start messing with it. Unlikely to work. Let's see what happens, though. No, I shouldn't, but I'm tempted to. So anyway, when you J-row left, you need now... No, wait, hang on. So you have a move 1 right, move negative 1 right. That's undone. But on end, you don't even do anything. Yeah, so that's the problem. 1, 2, 3. So this is empty. Jesuit. No, you do actually want to... It's not that. I want to Jins empty. So when you hit a 0, you're going to stick another 0 back in there. I really doubt it will work to race this, but let's just see it. Ooh. Something went wrong that I didn't expect. What happened? Did you land... Wait, what? What did I even change that would have to do with this? Why did you land right back on the... What? Oh, of course. Instruction offsets changed because I inserted another instruction here. So you need to move something different down. So you J-row up. Move 3 down becomes 4. There we go. That was all it was. That's why you were landing right back there. So you do this. You do that. You did that. Seems like it's working. Seems like I'm getting away with racing this. Yeah, it empties that super duper fast. I think I got away with it. No. Okay. So one of them had a corrupted value in it. All right, so I have to wait. That's fine. This test set is well constructed to guard against me doing this. So I can just do that, add one more to this. This is a junk value. Okay. Let's see it now. I think I'm done. Boy, this was a great puzzle. I had a super good time with this. Don't know that I'm done, but I suspect I am. I think that extra weight will solve that one problem, because why would there be like some weird thing that's only exercised by the very end of that test set, other than this problem that I knew about? But there is. How did you get 70 instead of 60? So I must have still had a stale value. All right, so let's watch. Watch the values in here. So you got a 0. You're doing that with all those, sure. You're going to wait till you find a match. Okay, so you read those in. We're looking for 69, and we get it. I've seen this. So as soon as I see this move, 61, 59, 58, 58, 70. Do you have a stale value in your maximum? It looks like you do. So I needed a... Yeah, how did that value make it in there? And why did that never happen before? 78, 77, 76, 50, 49, 30, 29, 28, 29, 30, 67, 71, 70, 34, yeah, whatever. Okay, so 71. So right, 60 is the value, you know. 71, 72. No, right, it's, you're still on the 69 one. This should be an easy fix, I just need to see where the spot is. So I should probably use a breakpoint for this, that'd be the smart way. But you currently have 69, but then where does the 70 even come from? Here? Your back buffer has ended up with 71 in it. Alright, so what state are you in? You're moving the 69 down, and that is the non-match. Right, here's the hack. You're getting the negative 69. So good. Okay. 72, 68. Right, so you find no match. Therefore, you hit end, which means you do that. Negative 1. So 69 gets written out, which is correct. Then you move 1, which is move negative 9 left, and you just leave those in that state. You're gonna swap. I guess what I really want to do here... Swap. So, why did your back buffer end up being like that? With a 71 in it. Let's watch 76 and 3, 49 and 3, and 1. So these were all very small numbers. But then somehow something changes with your state. And you get a large number, which messes with the comparison. Anyway, so I need to reinitialize the back buffer to 0. Problem is, that takes 2 instructions. And they only have room for 1. Loop swap. Ooh, negative 9 left. Like, I can move 0 into your front buffer. Maybe this will somehow help. Maybe it'll clean out the back buffer in an acceptable way that will just sort of make this work. So you'll stick a 0 in the works somewhere. This is dumb and probably won't fix anything. I don't know where these values are coming from, really, and I'm not stopping to check. I suspect this won't fix anything. It still looks like 69 and 71, you're going to get a 70. Yeah. Okay. So, this is what I want to do. Oops. This is what I want to do, but I can't. It's a valid register, I just can't interact with it directly. The problem is you're then going to land on this swap, which does need to be here. And the point of this is to pull the back buffer out again and refresh it. Okay, so that's... Wait, what if I didn't swap? Well, but you'd still have a 69 in there. Okay, so on end. End is jumped to from what? Is it this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up left, J-row left, save, sub left. Yeah, okay, so this has to do with comparisons from here. JLZ NM, move left nil, jump loop, move up left, J-row left. Can't quite hack that in. I was thinking about things. So I get some flexibility with this J-row. Right here in end, hang on, so when you J-row down, I just have to get something else into your back buffer. How will I do it? Yeah, okay, so the problem is I have to pick apart this thing that I wrote an hour ago, and I'm no longer quite sure how it works. The memory faded that quickly, and I need to insert just one new thing. But that one new thing takes 2 instructions as far as I can see here, so I have to either save an instruction here or do something super clever that does what I want without more than one extra instruction here. So the specific thing that I want... Right, so you save, then you sub left. If less than 0, you overwrite that. And go back here, leaving it in the front buffer. Yeah, okay, I think I kind of see the code path that would lead to this, because in this case, you're not doing anything to rewrite this. I don't want to swap here. So, right, because I was saving on refreshing ACK from the back buffer here by just going straight to the loop 2, skipping this swap, which was important for my instruction count. Oh, man. But when I swap here, can I do this? That seems not implausible. Problem is, it is implausible because of this. Can I move this elsewhere? Like, say, here? What did I cut? No, that's still before the swap. So no, that doesn't help anything. I can't reorder just by putting it in a different location. Okay. I'm sure there's a way to do this somehow. I got it. Okay, so here's a weird hack. So instead of having you blocked on a read, or a J-row, what if you block on a write, and then I can overload something? So you want to write to the right, write with a W to the right with an R. Then what you're going to do is move left, ACK, save. So that'll get the 0 into the back buffer, and also serve the purpose of having you wait on this. So this is interesting. I'm doing a block on a write instead of a read. I've never quite had to do that before, but now I've had an occasion. Let's see if it works. So this should clean out its registers much better. That looked way better. So they all go back to 0 for that. And like this weird sequence of events that ends up with high numbers in both buffers, which, you know, I could go through and pick apart. I kind of have a vague intuitive understanding of it, but it doesn't really matter that much. So we got 69, 71, that was the bad one, got a 0 in there. Everything's reinitialized, and it's great. Okay, cool. Wonder how my cycle count's gonna stack up. I have no guesses. This could be super slow, could be decently fast. Don't think it's gonna be like at the bottom of the graph. If I were to guess, I'd say a little above average. But I don't know. All right, looks good. Zoom. Okay, a little above average. I was right. Below average node count, because I didn't use that one, sure. Don't think I could have cut down this one, even though it had only one instruction in it. Moving that instruction up here would be hard. Possible, though, as you can see. And instruction count was good. Cool. Okay. I beat the average on 2 out of 3 stats. All right, neat. Well, good. I felt good about that. Happy with that program. Next time, what does this even mean? We'll find out then. I'll see you.